Right, hello everyone, I'm GafferMaster74 again today. Gotta show off the cake is a lie, because it is. Welcome to the follow-up to the gaming virtual machine video. Now, at the end of the last follow-up video, I said there was an outstanding question that was yet to be solved at that time, which was how to make it so the Windows 10 virtual machine that you create doesn't know it's a virtual machine. Well, thankfully, I have an answer to that. So the credit I have to give is to Mutahar from Some Ordinary Gamers for doing a video about Sonic Gather Battle. Here's a video, I'll probably link a thumbnail for it here, but essentially goes over his internal, XML configuration for his VM, and it shows some stuff that is needed for what we need. So I'm just going to go over the essentials. So the absolute essential thing you need to add for my experimentation is that underneath the QEMU arguments, right at the very end of the XML file, by doing sudo versh edit win, you have to type in minus hypervisor. So here you'd have host, HV_time and all that. You just add minus hypervisor in there. And that is enough for the Windows 10 virtual machine to basically not know it's a virtual machine. If you go into Task Manager, it's not going to say virtual machine equals yes, it's going to say virtualization yes, and go into the L1 and L2 caches and stuff like that, which is a good thing. Now, if you want to go into more advanced stuff, you can leave RDT SCP equals off. But that's something you have to type in if you want to, but that's something like the read timestamp counter and processor. I don't know what the fuck that is, but if you're dealing with something like Sonic Gather Battle, then you probably need to add that. But for most stuff, you don't need to. It's just like an additional step, if you will, to make it so the virtual machine doesn't know it's a virtual machine. And one big one as well is in the CPU stuff, you add feature policy equals disable and name equals hypervisor. Again, I think according to what Some Ordinary Gamers said, you get massive frame drops if you add that. But it's just another surefire way of making sure the virtual machine does not know it's a virtual machine. But the minus hypervisor step in the QEMU argument is all you really need to say. All the other stuff is just, if you really want to add it, then you can, but you don't need to. And one other change as well is that instead of host-model under CPU, you can type in host-pass-through. I mentioned this in the original video that I saw that you could type in host-pass-through, but I said to not do that. But I'm telling you now you can do that. I don't know if that has anything, in terms of performance, if that makes it better or worse or not, but I did it and I seem to be playing games alright, and I played like Portal and Black Mesa and shit like that, so I haven't tested anything super high-end yet. But it seems to work alright, so that's the main thing. I guess one other step I would say as well, just to clarify, I guess in the original video when I talk about the Nouveau mode set equals 0 and all that, I say, you type in there Intel_IOMMU equals on when at that stage. If you're on an AMD system, then you put in AMD_IOMMU equals on. I didn't specify that for AMD users, but that's what you got to do. And it should be a simple step anyway. If you don't have an Intel processor, then don't type in Intel. If you have an AMD processor, just type AMD instead. So I think I'll just clarify that point. But yeah, this is the follow-up to the follow-up. This is how you essentially make the Windows 10 virtual machine not know it's a virtual machine. It was actually one simple little thing that I didn't pick up on. But yeah, hopefully you found this helpful, and if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll see you for the next video. Take care, peace out, and see you next time.